It's the 19th of March 2023, and this week I threw my first pot for, God, I think it might have been June, July last year. We decided we're in the bedroom in the house. We decided, look at it, I mean, it's great. We decided to pull the carpets up, paint the floor, make it feel more like a workshop. And I think that just gave me that step of confidence. And then I had two friends over on Friday and we just made a few pots. I taught a little bit. They were coming. It forced me to get my hand in. I threw a pot the night before. So, yeah, that was lovely. I really enjoyed that. And good old pottery throwdown, of course, gets you back into everything, doesn't it? So I'm going to throw a £5 bowl. Just going to get on with it, see what happens, see if I can still centre. I centred all right during the week, and in fact I made just a vase. I'll show you a vase, little vase, and a cup. Well, it's come off the bat now. That's nice. But I bought myself last year some really, really beautiful trimming tools that I'll show you, and I've trimmed it down to being really beautifully thin. And we made a few bowls with these guys. They did really well. I obviously can teach. And we just made some little penguins. So anyway, it's really been cool. So I'm going to see how I can set up in this room. I've got more space actually by the wheel. Let me turn it round and show you the room. Okay, so the room, I don't think floor area is really much different than what I had in the shed. But I've got the wheel. And with moving, I've ended up with a really big mirror. So whereas I must get more in the habit of watching my hands and the shape of the pot as I throw. I've got built-in cupboards, which are full of bits and pieces. I've got a whole set of drawers here, and I've got all my tools. I am quite spoiled. I have quite a lot of tools. And yeah, got all my... All these were in the old shed. I've cut them down, made them fit, got my glazes in. I've got a few more celadons because I'm working on some celadon stuff for weddings. Spare glazes, talk about overbuying. I've got my work table. I want to put a shelf back on here because I want my inspiration shelf. Things I've done first or things that I look at and go, okay, I must remember to try that again. A lot of the pieces have gone to work because, you can see I'm not organised here. I'm not organised with these bits at all. I need a clock up and they're sitting here. But anyway, yes, there's these pieces. These wedding pieces. I still got to glaze them. Still want to do some celadon work. So, okay, really excited to get back on it. So let's set this up. Okay, so... This room at the moment has got 3 LED lights, so I don't think we're getting the flashing, but we'll soon tell, won't we? And what do I need to get going with this? Okay, so I've been watching a lot of videos again, which is nice. There's a lot of new potters that have come on board with YouTube. So let's see where this takes us. So this is a brand new bag. I've only just picked it up. It's Scava Earthstone ES10. I have bought myself a pugging mill, a second-hand pugging mill, because I want to watch my back and my hands and my wrists, as you guys will know. If you and I don't really need to go up and down too much. It's very soft, and what I've got to be careful of is that I do use my slip from my hand and not keep adding water. Yeah, it's very nice. Just make sure we've got okay. Okay, so I've actually got a bit of a rise and fall on the top there. Let's take that out. My biggest issue, and I've been watching a lot more about this, turn it up a bit, about how the best way to, because when I'm doing one part, I seem to do this when I'm doing a little part, but I'm a little bit nervous I'm always nervous when I go in here about making sure that I'm in the middle. And you know, there's a little bit of an oscillation here already. I will just check my depth. So that's less than 1 centimetre. So I definitely don't want to be any lower than that. And if I was trimming a load off the bottom, which I should be with this one actually out of principle, so I might just come up a little bit and then. And there's quite a lot of nice videos showing you sort of bowls and get that a bit faster. And that's one of the things I want to. Now I can see. Can you see? I don't know if you can see there, but I can see that it's doing this at the moment. So I'm going up and down, not on the circle, on the external, but on the top. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get rid of that. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to try now and let's bring that out. Of course, the main thing is the base, making sure we've got a real good compression. And I've actually managed to, I think, get that base a little bit deeper. So, yeah, that's just over 1 centimetre deep. So that gives me plenty to work with. Okay, so I'll keep drawing out. Okay, now what I'm going to do is start bringing up. I'm in my room, videoing. You can shut the door if you want. Okay, happy with that. Now I'm putting pressure in the side. As I said, very new clay, very, very easy to overwater the clay. Quite a lot of videos I've watched recently have been talking about when you're doing a bowl, you know, and I think in my head when I was doing them before, I always wanted to go straight up all the way and then stretch the clay out. But there's quite a lot to be said for actually not doing that, and Now, what I usually do, thinking about it, because it is really about trying to remind myself, is I usually have a little bit of a cloth to come up now. I've got quite a lot of oscillation on that, which means I've gone a little bit out of sync. Time to turn it down a little bit, I think. And out of principle, what I'm going to do, because I've got the oscillation and I am recapping and I don't want to get it wrong, I'm just going to take the top off with a needle tool. And not that I've actually done that very well, because I've taken the minimal amount off and I've got myself caught with, as you can see how wet the clay is. I've got to be very careful, but that's okay. I can scrape that off in a minute and get myself back to level. Okay, that's better. Okay, so again, pick up my cloth, push in at the base and start to draw up. Okay. Always remember, every surface needs to be feeling slippery before you take the next step to draw up. So again, I'm going in at the bottom. That might be where I'm making the mistake. I'm not holding myself fixed enough. You can tell I'm slightly off because some of the clay is thicker to thinner, so that's all right. Not bad for first large pot. Again, just get everything nice and slippery. The other way to do this pinching in at the bottom is with my fingers, and I know because I've done it very evenly, very fixed to my body, that is. Okay, let's go up again. I'll do that again, going in that way. And then I've got a ridge to pull up with. And of course I'm doing everything touching. I need the camera probably on the other side, or two cameras, so I could flick backwards and forwards. And we do have the room to do that in here, so. Pleased with that. What I've got to get out of the habit of is not being precious about having a thick piece here, because I'm going to trim it out. And I think I realised in the past I've always tried to get as much away as possible there and made the piece very unstable. And actually trimming out is not a problem. Okay. So really, I was watching a lady making deep bowls, smaller than this. They were probably about 1,500 grams for eating bowls, big deep eating bowls. And I thought, yeah, that's really smart. I like that. But I love, as you know, my glazes. I've not done any glaze layering for a while, and I had some really good successes. And I'm going to watch some of my old videos and actually. Right, let's get take that shape at the bottom and okay. And what I might do is move the camera. I'm going to do some spreading out using one of a wooden tool. Very pleased with that outside anyway for the minute. And it is probably worth me taking the time to really neaten it up. Let's bring that back in here. Might be able to just do it this way, to be fair. Still got it. Funny what life throws at us, isn't it? Right, I'm going to move the camera angle. See if we can look in the bowl. Okay, so I'm looking in the bowl. I've got one of these types of, but I need to look up Shin, I need to look his name up, but he's fantastic. I learned a lot of stuff from him, so I'm now going to use this to spread the bowl into more like an open platter. And it's just really important again that we've got really slippery sides, everything is moving. Now I've got the camera by my head, so I'm hoping it doesn't cause us to have any. And what I might do actually is have that there and something slippery on the outside, so I'm pushing against something. It's really important to just do things slowly, isn't it? That's nice. There we're getting it now. Really important to try and have the insides of the bowl looking beautifully rounded and okay. Let's get that wipe out. I've got a bit of a dent there, a bit of a drop in there. So if I grab my metal rib, I've got to be careful because, in fact, I might just get the hair dryer, the dryer under here, because let me move it around to show you where I'm at and how easily it could collapse now. Can you see there that it could easily, if you look in the mirror actually in the picture there, you can see that if I keep pressing out here, it could suddenly go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this underneath me here, because that's obviously going to be all cut away afterwards. And I'm loving that. It'd be nice to take it out a little bit more, but that is really quite nice. Let me have a look at the size of it. So I'm just going to, as I'm drying this, just going to support it. Very pleased with that, actually. It's quite an oscillation when you look from the camera though. That's nice. So I'm going to just do over the top, and then I'm going to square the edge off because I like a square edge. I do like a square edge, but if I get it all... That's nice. We've got a little bit of a... lip bending over. Just going to just doing a square edge with my finger. As I said, very soft clay. Okay. I'm pleased with that. we've ended up with. Not bad at all. Okay, you can see me. That was nice as well, and I used my mirror, so that was really good. So welcome and all that jazz back to Lois Hook Pottery. State of me. Oh, look, I'm a mess already. Yeah, welcome back to Lois Hook Pottery. Remember, like, subscribe, everything if you do. Send me a message. It's great to be back. I have lots actually of bits in my phone to make up. I've done the last glass fusion course where I made a wave, and I have I'm doing a sculpture course. I'm doing a bust at the moment. I'm doing a lady's head, and then I'm going to make it to the shoulder. So yeah, that's helped me get back into the pottery as well. So it's all good. See you soon, everybody.